good! It's finals time! Alright. So, we need to go outside. Alrighty, who's ready for more class? Okay. Nope, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. There we are. Alright. Gotta fly back. Where's the fucking school? Ah, there it is. Alright. Time to go get us some book learning done. Alright. Let's do this. Can I climb up the front of the building? I cannot. Okay. Bum bum ba da 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 da. This song features heavily in my nightmares. Alright, let's do this. Biology with Mr. Jacques. Hello, hello! I hope everyone is ready to learn some new things today! Next time we meet, we'll have our final exam. That means today is our last actual class. And the topic for this class will be Pokémon forms. You can just think of forms as the shape and appearance that Pokémon have. There's also a phenomenon called form change, where a Pokémon's appearance changes under certain conditions. Cyclozad, for example, which we regularly ride on as transportation here in Paldea, has 3 forms. First, its basic form, where it walks on 4 legs. Second is its battle form, where it stands on its hind legs to engage in battle. Finally, there is the ride form, where it inflates its throat sac and its tail so that we can ride on its back. Or it can ride us, that's also fun too. Though we can use something you're all carrying, which you now have, and as an even better example. Yep, I am talking about your phones. Some smartphones are inhabited by a certain Pokemon. Does anyone know the Pokemon to which I am referring? That's Rotom. It's inhabited by a Heracross, sure. You're a regular expert on Pokemon and technology, aren't you, Rexel? The Pokemon inside your smartphone is a Rotom, and it does all sorts of things to help you out. A Rotom inside a Rotom phone is special, so it doesn't try to enter other electronics. An ordinary Rotom, however, can change form by entering washing machines, microwave ovens, and even other electronic appliances. Rotom is a bit of an exception, though. Many Pokemon that change forms do so simply by holding an item or having one used on them. Oricorio, for example, has 4 different forms it can change between when given certain nectars. Pokemon can even change type or learn different moves when they change form. Form changes are different from evolution in that the Pokemon can return to its original form. And unlike shiny Pokemon, which can't change their special coloration, the same individual Pokemon can go back and forth between its forms. There's a lot to dig into with this form change phenomenon, as you see. We can all learn something from Pokemon here, don't you think? Bit of a stretch, but I'd be happy to see all of you enjoying your time at the Academy to its fullest and change forms into a new version of yourselves. Or something like that anyway. Oh, I almost forgot. Regional forms, which vary based on the region a Pokemon came from, don't change like other forms. They are innate. Whoops, is the bell. I guess I was scatterbrained Mr. Jacques right up to the very end. I had a great time teaching you all. I hope you do your best on the final exam. Alright, let's take that final. Alright, so I may have to check if there's any questions I may have to cheat if there are any questions that I'm like forgetful on. But I think I've got this. I should get this. You can only get one wrong though, so I'm kind of worried. Hello everyone! Today is our final exam. It will cover everything I've taught you so far, but I'm sure you will all do just fine. Take your time and contemplate each question carefully. How many of the following 4 methods make it easier to catch a Pokemon? Inflicting paralysis, so that's 1. Using a Poke Toy, no. Feeding it a berry, no. Surprising from behind, so that's 2. Because you can't feed a berry to a Pokemon in battle. True or false? You can get new Pokemon only by catching them yourselves or trading with other trainers. Okay, that feels like a trick question. I feel like there's something I'm forgetting. Pokemon Final Exam answers. I'm saying it's true. I'm saying it's only those 2. All skill, midterm, and finals. Okay. Oh, it is false. Okay. Huh. Interesting. I thought it was it felt like a trick question. It felt like a trick question. If a Pokemon is holding an Everstone, it will, using an item that induces evolution, such as a Firestone, cause it to evolve? No. Because an Everstone overrides it. No, it won't. What is the possibility of running into a shiny Pokemon? It's 1 in 4,000, as I recall. Yeah. True or false? Pokemon Nora's Oricorio has 3 forms. No, it has 4 forms. This question won't affect your grade. Do you have anything you'd like to say about my class? I'm still getting used to this teaching thing, and I sure had fun as your teacher. It was fun. Thanks for being our teacher. Keep teaching. You can do it. Keep teaching. Teach. You can do it. Okay, time's up whether you like it or not. I hope everyone enjoyed tackling those questions. Heh, I stuck in a little bonus question there right at the end. Shh, I let the secret. Don't tell the director. Now grade these right away. I hope you all are looking forward to seeing how you did. Yeah, the pressure to get your final class test graded is pretty powerful. Those students want it immediately. Feels great to take the test. Look at the results. 3 questions, 4 questions correct to pass the finals. See, you did in biology. Should be 5 of 5. Yep. Yay! Give us the reward, which is 5 medium candies. Cool. Keep doing your best. Alright. So, biology's done. Now onward to math. This time. Yep, I can tell her about how I kicked her sister's ass. In only 2 rounds. Hello, everyone. I hope we can have a fun once again today in our last class together. Last time, we learned about the probability using the accuracy as an example. Probability is quite an interesting subject. Did you know that in a class of 40 students, there is a 90% chance that 2 of them will have the same birthday? This is true even despite the fact that there are over 300 days each year. Isn't that remarkable? But let's move on to today's topic before we get swept along with probability again. I've been teaching y'all how to calculate damage in this class using examples like type matchups, critical hits, stat boosts, and the like. All of these are valuable as multiplied together to calculate damage dealt to an opponent. However, did you know that there is an even simpler way to increase the damage of your Pokemon's moves? Stab? All you have to do is All you have to do is have your Pokemon use a move it shares a type with. If a Rock-type Pokemon uses a Rock-type move, Stone Edge, the move's base power of 100 is multiplied by 1.5 to become 150. Ground and Rock might seem similar types, but if a Ground-type Pokemon uses Stone Edge, the move's power will remain 100. Super effective moves and critical hits also add multipliers to this little numerical increase. So it most certainly must not be taken lightly. Let me ask you a question to see if you understand what I'm talking about here. Say you have a move with a power of 100. If a Pokemon that shares a type with this move uses it and hits an opponent that is weak to that type, what happens to the move's power? It becomes 300. You did the calculations all in your head. Well done, Raxel. First, using the move that shares a type with the user multiplies the move's base power by 100 by 1.5, making it the power of 150. The fact that the opponent is weak to the move then doubles the power from 150 to 300. The original power of the move ends up being tripled. Isn't that amazing? What's more, if a Pokemon terastallizes and its Terra type matches one of its original types, then the bonus you get for using a move of the same type is increased from 1.5 to 2. Of course, being able to use a lot of moves with different types is great as well. That's one way you can surprise your opponent. In the end, your own innate characteristics are what will really let you shine the most. Bear in mind that this is true for both humans and Pokemon. It sure would make me happy if I could take those words to heart. But I suppose I should really have shared this basic advice with you in our first lesson. My apologies. And just like that, class is over. The last of our time together flew by in the blink of an eye. It's so much fun to be able to teach all of you eager students about numbers. Next class will be our fun final exam. Be sure to review your material well in preparation. Yes, I understand how multiplying multiple numbers does. I understand how that works. Alright. Let's take that math final. Now, I did unusually bad on the math midterm. So I'm compelled to redeem myself here. Alright everyone, it's time for our final exam. I'm sure the fun experiences you all had in my class will serve you well as you answer. How many Great Balls could you purchase with 3,000 if each one costs 600? 5. That one's easy. Basic multiplication. If a water type move has a power of 100, lands a critical hit on a grass type, what's the move's power going to be? Well, it's halved for hitting a grass type, but then it's doubled for critting, so it should be C. I'm gonna check this one though, because I can't remember what a crit's base increase is. Ah! It's 0.75. Interesting. Oh, because the crit increases it by 0.5 first, and then it gets cut in half for being a... or no, I guess in either direction it would work that way. So crit only increases it by 50%. So I had that one wrong. That was me being dumb! Under normal conditions, what percent chance does Stone Edge have to land a critical hit? I want to say 1 in 12? Oh no, Stone Edge has a higher chance to crit, so it's 1 in 4. So it's 12%. Oh, those are percents. I'm stupid. Yeah, 12%. If a Pokemon uses Sword Dance twice to boost its attack by 4 stages, how much damage will its physical moves do by then? It'll do double damage because it's only increasing by triple damage. Why does it do triple damage? Oh, because that's right. Increases are additive. So it goes from 100%. No. Yeah, because it's a 50% additive increase. So 100 goes to 50, 50 goes to 200, 200 goes to 250. Okay, yeah. That's right. Stat boosts are additive. Everything else is multiplicative, but stat boosts are additive. So this would do triple damage. For Rock-type Pokemon whose Terra-type is Rock terastallizes, then what will the power of its Rock-type moves be multiplied by? By 2. No. Yeah, 2, right? Yeah, it's 2. Yeah, 2 times. Yeah, I was right. Alright, everyone. Time is up. Put your hands in your laps now. The test was the culmination of all I taught you, and I'm sure you all did just fine. Don't go and ask for the scores of the front desk, and then take a nice break. Or do go and ask for the scores of the front desk, and then take a nice break. Feels great. Test out of the way. Yep, 5 out of 5. Yep, next class. History! Mr. Ryford. Or Ms. Ryford, I should say. I keep reading she's Ms. Ryford. Greetings, my little students. Whatever you did yesterday, it's now part of history. Today is our last class, so I would like to unravel the marvels of the history as presented to us one last time. In our last class, I taught you about the Area Zero expedition of 200 years ago, correct? Alas, 200 years is not that long ago. Not that long ago at all. How unfortunate that our history lessons must march so inexorably towards the future. Would it not be more of an adventure to march toward the past instead? To start from our present and study history in reverse? It might be hard to follow. Indeed, it might be difficult to understand the flow of events, how one thing leads to another, if we were to trace history in reverse. I suppose there's no choice but to let the flow of time carry us toward the future. In this last class of ours, I shall fill your minds with the history of the terrestrial Pokémon. Their terrestrial phenomenon. The technology behind the Terra Orbs has its origins in Area Zero. Even after Area Zero expedition supposedly reached the crater's deepest depths, ours continued to explore the area. And around 140 years ago, Pokémon cloaked in a mysterious light were discovered there. As you may have already guessed, these were in fact terrestrialized Pokémon. However, when those who discovered these Pokémon brought them out of Area Zero, the light faded, and the terrestrial Pokémon phenomenon remained a mystery for quite some time. However, 10 years ago, that might as well be present day, a certain someone you might have definitely heard of unraveled this mystery. Wow, so terrestrialization tech is only 10 years old. Aha! Perfect time to make eye contact, young Rags. Answer me this. What is the name of the famous professor who unraveled the terrestrial phenomenon mystery? Professor Sada. Correct. To think you, a new transfer to our academy, could correctly answer this question. You must be very diligent in your studies, or I have a famous professor breathing down my neck, and that's a thing. Approximately 10 years ago, a professor named Sada unraveled the mystery of the terrestrial phenomenon. She discovered that the shining crystals down in Area Zero, or rather, the energy they emit, is what causes Pokemon to terrestrialize. This led to the professor to invent the Terra Orb technology and discover a practical use for it. This technology was then shared both with the Pokemon League and our academy. Rumor has it that Director Clavel and one of the researchers on the professor's team was one of the researchers on the professor's team. Alas, this story is much less exciting now that someone we all know appears in it. Modern history truly is Ryfort. No, I gotta say modern history is not even slightly dull. Not in our world. It's far too exciting, in fact. As many on Twitter have lamented, I would really rather not be living through the interesting part of the history book right now, but don't really have a choice about it. Thus ends my history classes. Our next session will be our final exam. Bring the wonders of history to the forefront of your minds in preparation. You know, preparation history, preparation H. I want you all to go home and focus on preparation H, okay? Yep, let's take that history class, so I can stop doing this terrible accent. I really could say that for all the classes. My accents have been absolutely atrocious this entire game. Ugh. Greetings, my little students. It is time for our final exam. Summon your historical knowledge from the dark recesses of your minds and answer these questions. What is the area within the Great Crater of Paldea called? It's Area Zero. Bring up my answers here. Just make 100%. Yep. How many years ago was the Academy founded? It was 805, I want to say. Yeah, it was a round number. Well, it was divisible by 5. Yeah, that was right. Which of these did not appear in Paldean fairy tale about the 4 treasures? A vessel, a set of tablets, a folding fan, and a set of beads. It was the vessel. The fan, the set of beads, and the tablets were all in there. No, it was the folding fan. I knew it was the vessel or the folding fan. Which Area Zero expedition member wrote the record of the team's activities? That would be Heath. I don't know why they named him after a candy bar, but... only 10 scant years ago. Right about the time I was born, which makes me wonder. Your time is up. Put your writing utensils down. You must excuse the last question. It is too shallow and ridiculous to be on a history test, but alas, the director forced me to include it. So ends our final examination. You may ask for your scores at the school's front desk. That's actually a terrible approach to history. You have to understand that the events of history ripple throughout time. You know, we would never be able to understand what we are seeing in our current time if not for the lessons of history. I mean, could you imagine if Donald Trump existed in a universe where the concept of fascism had never been explored before? Like, what if there hadn't been a World War II? What if the concept of fascist, you know, the concept of Hitler, Mussolini, and the playbooks they were working from? I mean, imagine if Donald Trump, and not Donald Trump himself, he's a fucking moron, but imagine if Donald Trump's cronies had come up with that fresh out of nowhere. We would be so fucked. If we hadn't seen the warning signs for a solid 4 years before January 6th, I honestly don't know what would have happened. That's a terrifying thought. 5 out of 5. I'll take my candy, please. Also, I love that this school rewards you with candy. I would apologize about getting really political there for a hot second, but anyone who expected me to do anything other than that after going to a history class frankly, has not been watching my channel long. So welcome. I do hope you enjoy it. I also hope you're a leftist, because this kind of leftist nonsense comes out of my mouth quite a bit. Keep doing my best. Oh, I will. I will. Language! With Mr. Salvatore, sure. My dear friends, how are you today? It's time for the last of Salvatore's language lessons. Êtes-vous prêts? Are you ready? Oui! What a response, fantastique! Great answer, that is. Perfect from our last class together. I love it. And au revoir, today we'll once again be having a listening lesson. Vasi, go for it, my assistant. Pika-pee, Pikachu. Let's get right to it, my little Pikachu friend. For our last listening class, tell everyone how you're feeling right now. See to play up. Cha! Oh, can you feel that? That one's contagious. That's one contagious emotion in Pikachu's voice. What emotion do you suppose Pikachu was trying to convey just now? Happiness. Well done, Rexel. I'm so happy that you got it right. Haha, get it? When Pikachu says, it's expressing happiness, does it make you just want to break out into a happy dance? But I didn't have to ask Pikachu to put on an act today. Oh no, I simply asked it to show y'all how it felt about getting to have class with you. Getting to meet so many new friends, study together in a class with you. It's made both me and little Pikachu so very happy. And now, apropos of nothing, let me give you one last wise word of advice. If you live your lives, as you live your lives, I'm sure you will all have times when you get mad or sad, maybe even more than you would like. Everything has its ups and downs. Life is a veritable roller coaster. But à la fin, in the end, that's it. That is, there is surely happiness waiting for you. So grandes les sourire. Keep a smile on your face, even in the hardest times. That is not necessarily the healthiest thing a teacher can express to his students, but whatever. When you're faced with a problem that you can't handle alone, find someone to rely on. Be it a teacher, your family, or your friends, anyone. Our prochaine quoi. Next lesson will be our final exam. Be sure to review what we have learned in all of our lessons so far. Adios, matani! I'm so glad I don't have to keep pronouncing these fucking words. It's just such a pain in the ass. I should say mispronouncing all these words. Alright, let's take that language final and be done with it. Oh, and then we have to go visit all the professors and finish their little storylines. Yep, let's take this test. Adwe hui! Today, we take our final exam. Detendez-vous. Relax, that is, and do your best. Estez-vous prêts? Are you ready? Let's begin. Which of the following means delicious? Delicieux, I believe. Merci is thank you. That is not... Oh, here we go. Yep, I was right. What do these two foreign phrases mean? Ich lieben dich. Oh yeah, ich lieben dich. I think it's I love you, if I remember right. Yeah, I was right. Gotta love that dick. Oh yeah, that's right. Pika. This is... sadness? Oh, anger, that's right, this is anger. Okay, so that was my one fuck up there. Cha was happiness. What our beloved teacher's name? Salvatore! Amador, Labrador, Isidore, Salvatore. Oh, I guess it is Salvador. Not Salvatore. C'est fini. Time is up. Posez-vous stylos. Put down your pens, that is. I assume the obligatory dernier questioning, last question that is, gave you no trouble. I'm sure you all did great. Bravo, my friends. You can get your scores at the school's front desk. Bum bum. Alright. Yep, I got 5. I did fuck up. I would have fucked up one had I guessed. Alright, next up we get... Battle Studies! And Dendra of the Tight Pants. Don't be tardy. Oh, I won't. Oh, sir! This is our last class, but don't let those energy levels drop before we wrap things up. You've shown that you have a lot more You've shown that you have more than enough knowledge to be super strong battlers. I don't know that I have much left to teach you, but we can always aim for even greater heights. So today, I'm going to teach you about the rules of link battles. When two trainers participate in link battles together, they can engage in either single battles or double battles with each other. And if you're playing in a group of 4, you can all battle each other in a multi-battle. Now when you're out having battles during your independent study, you can use whatever number of Pokemon you like, and they can be any level. But in link battles, there are special rules to keep in mind. Some of the special rules involve adjusting Pokemon levels. Now the no restrictions rule set lets all Pokemon stay at their current level. It lets trainers use multiple Pokemon of the same species and multiples of the same held item too. But if you choose to use normal rules, all the Pokemon will be set to level 50 for your battles, regardless of what level they actually are. This even includes low-level Pokemon. They'll get a power boost to participate. Normal rules let you use multiples of the same Pokemon species and have some held items too. The great part about this rule set is it lets any of your Pokemon participate. All they have to do is learn some good moves. Lastly, the rule set called Flat Rules mostly affects Pokemon over level 50. Such Pokemon will be set to 50 for the duration of the battle. The Flat Rules set is the one often used for official tournaments. It's a rule set that does not allow trainers to use multiple Pokemon of the same species, or multiples of the same held item. Alright, here's a question for you. Which rule set should you pick if you want to use a low-level Pokemon and keep its level low? Oh, Flat Rules, because Flat Rules doesn't do anything for lower levels. That's the one, new kid! Looks like you were listening to the lesson. If you've got some clever strategy that you need to use a level 5 Pokemon for, your best bet is to choose the Flat Rule set. Of course, you can also choose no restrictions if you want to battle with any Pokemon you want, at any level with any held item. That's a pretty good rule set if you want to battle freely with your friends. In conclusion, normal rules adjust all Pokemon to level 50. Flat rules let you use lower level Pokemon at their actual levels. I hope you use these tips when you're in some exciting battles with your friends. Aw man, I was just about to suggest we do some hands-on practice to really drive the point home, but I guess we truly are out of time. Next class will be our final exam. Aim for a perfect score. Asu asu! I really hope I'm pronouncing that right, because she has said it a lot. Alright, let's get the finals done. Good morning, which class? Battle Studies Final. Yes. I think we might be able to finish all of the badges tonight. It's finally game day. Today is our final exam. Time to put your game faces in deep battle with those test sheets. Which cheer boosts attack and special attack for all allies during a Terra raid battle? Go all in, we go. Go all out. I'm just gonna check. Did I fuck that one up? Nope, I did not. What do we call Pokemon battles that Pokemon sent out with the R button can do on their own? Auto battles. Yep. Is that one red? Oh, because it's a whole link. How should you obtain LP? Take on gyms, exchange materials, or hack the system? I think gyms is probably the one. Well, oh no, exchange materials. That's right, gyms give you cash. So you do have to exchange materials. So that was the one I could have fucked up. High-level Pokemon are adjusted to what level when using flat rules in a Link battle? Level 50. When using normal rules in a Link battle, you can use multiple Pokemon of the same species and multiples of the same held item. True or false? I think that's false. Oh, it is true. Okay. Because she said some items. Or maybe I'm thinking of flat rules. So yeah. True. Time's up! Put your pencils down! I saw you giving it everything you've got! I'm sure you'll all get perfect scores! You all did so well in class. If you pass this test, you'll officially be Battle Masters. Now go ask for your surely stellar scores at the front desk, you little rascals. I wonder how much egg yolk she has to use to get her hair to stand up like that. Yep, get the test out of the way. 3 questions, 4 questions, 5 out of 5. Yay! Obtain 5 candies. Huzzah. Alright, what's next? After battle studies, we've got art! Cool. With Mr. Hassel. The disgraced scion of the mighty Dragon House. Vyar Magulis and all of that. Hello, class. It is I, Hassel, yet again. My, how time flies, as they say. Indeed, our time together has certainly flown by. It's hard to believe that this is our last class. Now, our topic for today may feel somewhat unrelated to art, but there is absolutely no set definition as to what art should be. Therefore, let us carry on with the discussion and see where it takes us. I love that there's a Ditto painting on the back wall, and it's like, okay, Ditto has to be the easiest Pokemon to draw. It's literally just a blob. There are 2 things I wish to focus on today, ribbons and marks. Deutschmarks specifically. Does anyone know where I can launder some money? Both ribbons and marks are special honors that capture a Pokemon's qualities. There will be times when your Pokemon gives maximum effort or has a noteworthy experience. In recognition of these feats and accomplishments, it can be given a ribbon. To give an example, if you manage to become incredibly close to a Pokemon, it may be granted the Best Friend ribbon. Incidentally, there is a person in Kasakarafa who can give your Pokemon a Best Friend ribbon. Marks, on the other hand, are mostly found on wild Pokemon when you meet them for the first time. They can symbolize the character of the Pokémon, such as those with a rowdy mark or a vigor mark. It's completely up to luck whether you run into a Pokémon with these marks. Oh good, another random aspect. So if you're able to catch a Pokémon with a mark, rejoice in your outstanding fortune. Does anyone know what special thing you can do with a Pokémon that has ribbons or marks? Show them off, change their title. Change their title? Wonderful, Raxel, your knowledge is impressive. The correct answer is that Pokémon with ribbons or marks can be given titles. What's more, they can be sent into battle displaying a title of your choosing. For example, if you send out a Gibble with a best friend ribbon by declaring, "Go Gibble, the great friend." And while I know I just said that marks are generally found already on Pokémon when you meet them for the first time, it seems that more recently Pokémon can be awarded certain marks based on their efforts. These are marks such as the Gourmand mark, the Item Finder mark, or the Partner mark, and so on. Perhaps it might be fun to try and work out how to get each mark using its name as a clue. Well, that just about wraps up our last class. Next is the final exam. Please review your materials closely so that you pass on your first try. I wonder if the game lets you retry tests if you fail them. I can imagine it does. That feels like the kind of thing that Pokemon will let you do. Retake the test because you fail. Alright, let's take that test. Psyduck. Oh, you adorable little bastard. I've actually been thinking about replacing the Golduck on my party. I mean, not having the Psychic typing does reduce the power of his Psychic moves, but it might actually be useful. I don't know. I do hope you're all ready, because it's time for your final exam. Focus and do your best. And begin! What is the name of the restaurant where you can change a Pokemon's Terra type? The Treasure Eatery, as I recall. Yep, Treasure Eatery. What is the name of Brassius' signature art installation that we discussed in class? It is the Surrendering Sunflora. Yep. How many waterfalls are counted among the 10 sites of Paldea? I think it's 3? Should be 3, because there's one that counts as a single... There's one site that's a single waterfall, and then there's another site that's 2 waterfalls, so it should be 3. Oh, it is 2. Okay. That's dumb, but okay. Where can you find the million-volt skyline? That was... Levencia. Or Levencia. Because I remember it was like Valencia. The marks of Pokemon are present when you first meet, and none can be added later. That's false. Okay, I would have passed this one anyway. Time's up! That's it for today's test. Pencils down, please. Thank you all so much for learning about art with me. The time we share has left a mark that I will treasure, I promise you. And it is my sincere wish that all of you go on to even greater, more prosperous futures. And that's that. Good work, everyone. You can receive your results at the front desk. And if any of you come to the Elite Four, know that I will be there to kick your ass. Yep, and that's another 5 out of 5. Alright, thank you. Alright, last one. Homek! With Mr. Seguro. Our sweet-toothed burly man. With a voice that annihilates mine every time I try to do it. Put away your phones. It's time to begin our last class together. Home economics is the study of life's necessities, but looking back on our time together, I realized that I focused almost entirely on food. I hope it's not too late to shift to our discussion of clothing, another necessity in our last class. As I am sure you are aware, our academy has an air of freedom about it. We provide uniforms for each season to accommodate the diverse climate of Paldea. The terrifyingly diverse climate. We're a single island that has both snowy peaks and deserts. What the absolute fuck? However, students are free to wear whatever style they wish whenever they please. You should all have received 4 sets of tops and bottoms, one each for the spring, summer, fall, and winter, when the Academy accepts you. If, by chance, you were not aware of this, you may wish to peruse your wardrobe. Oh yeah, now they tell you about the wardrobe. As long as you wear our school uniform, the rest of your ensemble need not be school issue. This includes your bag to your hat, if you choose to wear one. You are even free to style your hair however you wish. Mr. Salvatore's hairstyle, for example, would almost certainly have been against the school rules when I was a boy. They also had rules against cornrows and afros, but we realized pretty quickly that was just a bunch of racist bullshit, so we got rid of those. That reminds me. There's one more thing that you all like to decorate, which, I must say, I find quite charming. That is our Rotom phones. Perfectly correct. That's the adorable little thing I was speaking of. Oh, it interests me so. I must admit, I am fascinated by Rotom phones and how to customize them. Is that? Oh, very intriguing. So there's a shop called Delibird Presents that you can purchase cases for your Rotom phone. Thank you all for that useful bit of information. I'm going to go buy one that's bright pink. I shall have to go myself first thing tomorrow to get an adorable case of my own liking. Forgive me, I seem to have gotten a little carried away with the small talk. Ahem. As this class known as Home Economics nears its end, I offer these final words to you who have been honing your everyday life skills with me. My field of study is not so decisive as the likes of mathematics, for instance, where test scores might play a part in deciding your future. However, as you go on to cook for yourselves, to take care of your Pokémon, to decide what to wear in the morning when you awaken, I would be honored if what I have taught you serves to smoothen out and enrich your lives, even if only a little. This sentiment was imparted to me by Mr. Hassel and his particular outlook on such matters. I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for seeing this class through to the end. Our time together has come to a close for today. Prepare to do your best on the final exam. Alright, home ec final. Last one. Wonder if we get like a graduation cutscene after this. The time has come to test how well you have learned in my class. Let's begin before the information simmering in your brains from a last-minute cram session fades. Which of the following meal powers makes it easier to come across shiny Pokemon? Encounter power, I believe. Oh no, sparkling, right, shiny sparkling. Okay, that's the one fuck up I would have been allowed on this test. Which of the following is not an effect of egg power? It makes eggs hatch faster, it helps hatch strong Pokemon, it makes eggs easier to find. I think it doesn't hatch stronger Pokemon, it doesn't change the strength. Yeah, it helps catch strong Pokemon. What is an example of a simple yet important tactic for increasing the effectiveness of meal powers? Make food more often, make food at home, make food with others. Ah, make food with others. I do remember that. What is the correct action to take when an adorable Pokemon becomes dirty? We wash it. Pokemon wash. Pokemon wish. Pokemon dash. This is a question about Academy rules. Should you change your uniform tops and bottoms to properly match each student? It does not matter. The time for answering questions has come to an end. Please stop writing. I made the questions a little easier than I'd planned to, as a way of saying thank you for informing me about Rotom phone cases. I trust you all gave your exam everything you had, so that you will not have to retake it. Please remember to ask for your scores at the front desk before leaving for the day. Yep, and I got one last 5 out of 5. And some candies. Okay, now what happens? Finished all your classes and passed all of your exams. I have this for you from Director Clavel. Obtained 5. Oh, large candies. Sweet. Now you can focus all of your efforts on this year's treasure hunt. Be careful out there. Okay, we don't get graduation until the treasure hunt's over, I guess.